Man, what's going on, guys? Been a while since I've been on a live stream. How you guys been doing out there in YouTube land? Just wanted to drop in today, and I've got a little bit of different setup. I'm in my new office, so you guys bear with me a little bit. I'm filming off one of my cameras today, and I'm having to do the whole thing back and forth because I got to get a couple more cables to get it completed. But what's going on, New England land and sea? And there's Get That Treasure. So you guys, man, I've been taking a lot of photos here lately, and I've also been doing some treasure hunting, and I'll show you guys some of the things that I have found and over the last few weeks. And I've got this screen coming up. I had my internet redone. You guys can see that this is a different setting than what we're in before I departed from YouTube. And I've built a big office here, or remodeled a room that we had. It's like 27 feet by 22. It's pretty good size, and I'm going to put my wife's office over there, and I'll show you guys around here in just a few minutes. I've got photographs, I've got artifacts, a little bit of everything that I do. So what's going on the other side of the boat? Looks like we got a couple of people in here, and I'll tell you this right here. If you switch your YouTube channel from metal detecting to photography, the algorithm will not recognize it and it will die. So I don't know who's getting notifications or not since I changed the name of my channel over. Is the audio good? It seems like everything's running fairly decent. I've got a little bit of a warning about stream speed, but you know what? It's because I don't have my internet booster plugged into the wall since we painted the other day, so I'll have to get that fixed. But yeah, it turned out really good. A lot of work. You know what? I'll show you guys around, and we'll talk about some of the stuff that I found and some of the photos that I've took, and what I've been doing since I've been away from YouTube, and how life's going. And you guys can, tell me what's going on with you guys. Y'all been out metal detecting. Y'all been out enjoying life. You've been out taking photographs. I know that. What's going on? Yeah, dude. Let me show you guys around. I'm really caught up with the photography bug right now, but I have been doing a lot of diving too. Not a lot of land hunting, and just give you guys an update what I've been up to. So let me show you guys around. Let me see if I can move this camera without causing too much problem here. So let's loosen it up. I'm gonna move it real slow. So I've got my shelf set up with photography stuff. I've got and I know that the highlights will be blowed out because I don't have the blinds on the windows yet, but you can see how I'm displaying my bottles now. So let me walk over here and see if it'll pick me up. I bought these shelves at Hobby Lobby. They have them marked down 50%, but very nice shelves to display bottles. Got my Hutches, got my Amber Pepsis, got my Blob Top, and a couple of more here in a North Carolina dispensary bottle. Got all my stuff laid out here. Silver coins, Confederate buttons, Confederate stuff. Dang, and my wife has my Megalodon tooth that I found. So I'll show that in a video very soon of a Megalodon tooth that I found. Is about as big as my hand. All my Rev War stuff in this case. And again, all my photography stuff here. Let me spin you guys right around. Let me see if I got any comments. As I'm just starting to work with the Extreme. Okay, you guys are going to have to tell me about it because I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I have not been following metal detectors. I've been diving. I've been doing photography. Been taking some courses in photography so I could do portraits. Of course, I'm using the DS2 diving, but Teach has been buying every metal detector under the sun, or getting every metal detector under the sun, and I've seen a few of his things. So you guys will have to catch me up on the 9-inch coil with the Manicore. Don't know about that one, have not tested it, but let me just take you around the office a little bit more. So I've got my desk set up, as you guys can see in the corner here, and I'll bring you on around. I've got another one of those shelves with the black glass bottles right there, and I've got this thing here that we actually bought as a TV stand, but it turned into my artifact junk cabinet, stash stuff away. You guys know how this goes when you've got all this metal detecting stuff and diving stuff and everything. You can't have enough room, so let me just keep spinning you guys on around here. So I got another shelf here with some jugs and black glass bottles. And let me just take it on around. And I have my print station so I can print giant photographs, 13 by 19, and I can do a 13 by 36 too, and then any other size that you want. But let me get it spun back around here, and I see some comments coming up, so let me get it back around here where I need to be, and I think that's about right. Let me lock it down. You guys bear with me, I hadn't done this in a long time, so what's going on, Blasted Cat? Hey, I appreciate it, Ohio Fred. Thanks, guys. It's been a lot of work. I will tell you this, I've been very busy since I've not been on YouTube. And my wife has had me, I'm doing a bunch of work remodeling at home. Yeah, that's, I've been doing a lot of it. Now, I have broke away over the last month and went diving a lot. But when I'm not diving or working, I've been working on the house primarily, and just been real busy with that. But what's going on? Keep digging. It's been fun, man. I've missed, sitting around chatting and hanging out with you guys, but I've gotten a lot accomplished too since I put down the camera so much, and but I want to get back into doing a few videos, especially like of finds, because I'm going to show you some very cool stuff that I found. I've found a couple of stunners over the last month diving. I've got a bunch of bottles that are being cleaned. I'll show them guys if I pop up live, here in the next month or so. If I pop up and go live, I'll show you the clean bottles that I found. But yeah, I've been on the honeydew list, and I have to go to work to get some rest. So it's been an interesting journey with the house remodel project. We've got a lot done. I basically redid my whole downstairs, and I've got a beautiful space here now for an office. And I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more. This room has been a very big blessing. You guys know that I had all that stuff, and I was kind of in a smaller room trying to do lives and metal detect and photography, and I took on the other hobby, and you got the scuba diving aspect of it, and I just didn't have any room for anything. But have you? Yeah, I'll show you guys. I'm gonna show you a couple of stunners. Let me just reach up here and get them. Let's see. I got the camera looking good here, and I don't have a whole lot prepared. I was going to talk about photography, metal detecting, and just basically hanging out outdoors, because to me, photography kind of reminds me of detecting, and we'll talk about that too, because it's all about finding a treasure, and there's a lot of treasures out there in photography too. You guys know that. I mean, you can see these pictures, and I'll show you some of the pictures that I've taken now. These spoons that I'm removing are older finds, and there's two new ones, and I'll show you guys. Give me just a minute. I've got one Megalodon tooth that Flagman found, and I'll show that one to you. And he loaned that to me because my wife went crazy over it. And then I found one, and she has it, and maybe I'll open the door in just a minute and holler at her and tell her to bring it to me. Dude, it's as big as my hand. Biggest Megalodon tooth I ever found. But I'm going to show you Flagman's Megalodon. Let's see if this camera will focus on that Megalodon tooth. Let me see if I can get... Is it focused? I can't tell if it's focused or not, but look at the detail. Yeah, it's focused. Look at the detail on that tooth. You can see all the serrated edges. Now, this was not his best one. He didn't loan me the best one for my wife. This was actually the least of the lot that he found. He found 9 teeth like this, but check that out, man. That's a stunner. That's like museum quality tooth there. Let's see here. There it goes. Did it focus? Am I I can't tell if I'm in focus or not. You guys tell me. Can you guys see that out there in YouTube land, in focus? Yeah, JP, look, I call it the burnout. You guys seen the video that I did, and I'm going to do YouTube on my terms. And it's not going to be any pressure. I'm not taking any more gear from metal detecting companies. I'm going to do the content that I like, which is going to be a lot about photography. I'll throw some metal detecting stuff in there when I go land hunting and the scuba diving, artifact hunting, and we'll talk about it. But I'm going to keep life as down to enjoyment and no pressure as possible. I don't, that was just a relief not having to turn out content and the things that I've been through in the last year. Yeah, but I missed you guys. I missed hanging out, and I was trying to say, okay, am I never going to do it again? Am I going? I'm going to do it on my terms, and there'll be some good stuff. You guys know you'll get to see some good stuff. Oh, look at this. Look at the gloss on this bowl. My wife thought it was a new bowl. I found this bowl in the 1700s ballast pile. Now, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but if you look at the edge of it, it's all out of kilter where they, made it by hand. Now, if we look at the bottom, we can see that they didn't waste what I would call waste the glaze on the bottom. Does anybody know what this style of ware is called? And like I said, this come off of a 1700s ballast pile. So it was down in the mud, and the only thing that was exposed was this right here. And I popped it out, I fanned it out real carefully, and I got it out of the mud. And this was the stunner. And the only thing I did to it was wash it off with Dawn detergent. Look at that. So what is this style called? I know we got blue feather, we've got mocha pottery, we've got black glass, but I don't know what, and we've got like a slip ware that's got the yellow and the black lines in it, but I don't know what this style is called. But this is a very, very old bowl. I have not, Ron, I have not checked that. I've been diving and just been having a great time. Let me read a couple of comments, guys. So I'll get the camera angles fixed where we have two cameras done for perfect. Yeah, that's that. I agree with that. I agree with that. I've got some good footage that I have not of me and Flagman finding stuff that I hadn't even put together yet, but I will put it together and show it to you guys because, finding this buried like that, and I mean, there's really not a chink in it. That's pretty stunning. But this thing, I don't know if the camera does it justice. It is stunning in person. I mean, this is one of the best, glassware finds that I have ever found as far as just immaculate shape. I mean, it's just stunning. So let's look right here. Yeah, that pottery there, Carson, that is. And I have some high quality soda bottles from Coke and Pepsi that we found too. I haven't found any like black glass bottles. I found pieces, but no whole bottles this year. So I'll show you the soda bottles too very soon. Yeah. Let me show you these spoons. So let me pop these two spoons out. Now I got 4 on this tank that I was on. I got 4 spoons, but 2 of them were just bowls and they were broke. But these were the whole pewter examples. Now I'm going to show you something about this one. If you guys, probably some of you out there are familiar with, this is called dog nose. The dog nose spoon ran from 16, I believe it was 95, and it went out of style in 1725. So just think about that one for a moment. That's an old one there. Now this is an old one too, 1700s. They do have something etched in them, but I can't really make it out. There's a maker's mark on one of them, and I can't really get a good read on what it says, but let me see if I can get it to focus. I don't know if it's focusing on the spoon, my watch. I don't know what it's focusing on, but I hope that the camera is bringing it in and will show you guys what that thing looks like, man. I mean, that is just, those are, I love finding personal items like spoons. Now, yeah, oh man. Yeah, I have, Blasted Cat, I have been enjoying life. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've been working like crazy with the house. Man, I didn't realize how old I had got. I did a little construction work and stuff when I was young. I didn't realize how old I got till I started tearing up floors and this, that, the other, and bending over all day, putting floor down, and and this, that, and the other, and yeah, I'm getting old and fat. So, I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there that can, you can feel my pain. But I want to show you guys something. Give me about 2 seconds. I'm going to ask my wife, will she bring me that big Megalodon tooth? But I'm going to show you a medical device that's kind of just weird and creepy from the 1700s that I found with those spoons. And it's really, it'll be worth your wait. I guarantee you probably never seen one of these. It's pretty strange. Give me just a second. Hey dear, where's that big Megalodon tooth?
It's over on my blue desk.
Okay, well I got a mic on, so whatever you say, they can hear you. Hold on. You guys, I'll be right back. We have recovered the Megalodon tooth. So you guys give me a second. I'm walking through my house. Be there in 5 seconds. Oh man, this thing is huge. So I'm going to show you the Megalodon tooth before I show you. Check this Meg. Look at my hand. That is a beast. Look at that. Check him out. That's a giant right there, right? I wonder how big the shark. Do any of you guys know a lot about these sharks? What the scientists say and how big a shark would be that had a tooth this big. I mean, it's huge. I mean, that's just one tooth, but check that fossil out. We got pieces of whale fossil. We got petrified wood out of the same site that we got this. Colonial artifacts, drink bottles. I mean, what a sight. Can't beat it. Yes, those are, let's see. Does anybody know about the teeth, how big a shark would be? I would like to know how big that shark was that had this tooth. I mean, you guys can see my big old fat hand, look. That's how big the tooth is. So it's pretty huge. But I'm going to show you something, as promised, that's going to blow your mind. And that is this little rarity here. So this, I didn't know what it was, but I knew that it was interesting underwater. I was like, what is that? You guys ever seen anything like that? Let me see if I can get it to focus on that instead of me. There it goes. You guys see that? Let me move it over. You guys see that right there? Notice there's little holes in the end of it. Right in the tip of it, there's like 4 or 5 little holes. Does anybody know what this is? I'm going to hold on to this. There's like 4 or 5 little bitty pinholes right here. You see the little screw-on piece, and I'm going to hold on to it. And let's see if we have any comments here. Does anybody know what it is? So I know that there's a lag running, and I'm watching it on the screen, so I'm going to give it just a few minutes. I'm going to type this in. What is it? See if anybody can come up with it. I didn't know what it was when I found it, but I threw it in my bag and brought it up. So what do you guys think it is? Let's see how much of a lag we have with this new high dollar internet I have. Do you guys live in an area where the internet costs a lot of money, but it really stinks? The wind blows, it rains, you don't have any internet. It's a syringe. Keep Digging says syringe. Yes, it is a pewter syringe. But my buddies had found 2 of these. Flagman found one and S.C. Keith found one, but it had a tip on it with a point where the medicine would come out. This one has a hole in the middle and 4 or 5 holes around it. Now, when I tell you what this was for and what the ones that they found were for, it's going to kind of creep you out a little bit. These were for the treatment of syphilis. That's right, syphilis. This is the female syphilis syringe. So they would fill this syringe when a female had syphilis and fill it with mercury and inject it into her. Now, we all know that mercury is highly toxic, and I read some of the side effects: hair loss, tooth loss, but I guess mercury helps with the syphilis. I don't know. And then, of course, the male version had a tip on it where they could eject it into a male. But this is the female pewter syringe, and I looked at one, and it was similar to this. It dated to the 15th century or 16th century, and I believe this one to be, of course, we have the spoons kind of laying around. I believe this one to be early 1700s, late 1600s. But just a real cool find. I mean, look at the pewter condition, you know, coming out where this come out. Look at that pewter. That is very good condition pewter. I mean, you guys know that pewter usually blisters up real bad, but here it's in real good shape. And I figured you guys would get a kick out of that. Good Lord. Yeah. You know, so that is strange. The male one will creep you out too because it has the tip on it. But I had seen, so when I started looking, my buddy Flagman told me, said, man, that is a syringe. And I was like, huh? And I started looking at them, and then I run across that example, said this was for females. It was actually one for sale, and it said it was for females that had sold on eBay or something. But yeah, that's you see, we'll play with that's real strange, man. That'll creep you out a little bit. But I've been doing a lot of yes, high quality pewter. You guys out there know that there was different levels of pewter. Actually, I've probably got. Oh man, let me show you guys one more thing. I want to show you this flat button here, and I want you to, if I can get it to focus. I don't know if I can. Come on. Did it focus? Look at the edges of that flat button. Now, there was something in the middle of the flat button, but notice the edge around the flat button. I know that there's all kinds of dandy buttons that are decorated and all, but I'm going to tell you something. I went and looked at George Washington inaugural buttons, and this is not one, but dang, man, if there weren't some inaugural buttons that had that flared edge around it. And of course, you see the early stuff here, so I was really fired up, but I don't believe it was an inaugural button. I believe it has had a little design in the middle, but there was definitely something in the middle of the button design. But I got fired up when I seen that, but it looked a lot like the inaugural buttons. But I found this button, another two-piece button that was kind of either had, I think that it had a wood back and the wood was gone out of it, or a wood front and the wood was gone, and it had the two-piece back. So it might have had a jewel in it or bone, but it was definitely gone. But I've been doing a lot of photography, man, and I've been enjoying that too. Hey, what's going on, Dirt Devil Detecting? I've been doing a lot of photography. I'm gonna show you guys. I mean, this is I'll show you guys some of the pictures that I've took over the last few months. This is one that my wife really likes. It's a turtle, and I don't really have it broke down on the screen right because you can actually see the full turtle reflection in the picture that I have printed. So it didn't really scale out right on my software here. I've got a beautiful eagle picture coming up right here. I caught an eagle basically setting up, drying its wings, and man, it sat in the tree and just posed for me. And I had a great time photographing that eagle that day. I mean, I got a guy with me, and he's been photographing the eagles for a long time actually, and he said that he didn't have a photo with a full spread like that. But you guys see how tack sharp that focus was on that eagle's eye? That camera was locked onto that eagle. Here is probably one of my favorite eagle photos that I have taken. Let me break this down for you guys. So I've been taking my boat out when I'm not diving and I've got a little free time, and I had 3 pairs of eagles nesting probably within 4 miles of one another, and I've been able to go around, and I got land permission for one of the spots and actually set up on the nest, back from it, not to disturb the birds, and I've actually been able to take photos. Now, one of the places I used to metal detect, but the college or the state took it over, so no more metal detecting, but I can still get on it to take photos. Now, let me show you. This is probably my most favorite eagle photo here that I've taken. The bird was setting up on the top of a dead tree, and I got really close to the bird. It was very comfortable with me there. So look at I mean, just tack sharp photo. Oh yeah, guys, and just like when I dove into metal detecting, I've been in photography like that, and I've been trying to school myself on photography. So I'm trying to get a good feel for that too. What's going on, Dano? Yeah, man, I've just been pecking around here a little bit, but just showing some photos. I went up to northern North Carolina, took some photos of wild horses. Didn't do any treasure hunting, but where I took that photo of that horse, there was a piece of salt glazed jug and bricks laying on the shoreline. Yeah, but it was a state place, no metal detecting. But there was bricks actually up on the island. I don't know if that's from dredging, where they dredged the channel, but there was old stuff on that island looking around. Let me see what else I got here. This is actually a photo I took of a restaurant. It come a real bad storm, and I got my camera out and I went and set up on it, and I caught some lightning popping over the restaurant. And man, I was real happy with that. I was really, really happy with that photo right there. I didn't even, the funny thing about that photo right there is I didn't even know I had that until I started going through my photos. It was flashing so much. It was an earlier storm, probably about 3 weeks, a month ago, and it was lightning so sporadic. I mean, it's the most lightning I've probably ever seen in my whole life come out of a storm. And I captured that. I actually captured another one too. I'll show that, guys, to you in another live. Let's see what else I got here. Oh, and this is one I met up with a guy, and me and him got to talking. I was out with my camera, and he come up and started talking to me. And he's a pastor of a church down in Atlanta, and I invited him to come get on the boat with me. So he met me like at 5 o'clock at the dock, and we cut the running lights on and took off, and we went out and we started capturing a sunrise. But this is one of the photos that I actually took, and believe this or not, I actually took this photo with a telephoto lens. So I have wide angle lenses that and I have wide angle. Yeah, I do too. Keep digging. I like taking pictures of lightning. But I actually took the telephoto shooting back towards a beach town, and this is what I captured. I captured the sun coming, basically straight up. Now, I did this with a slow shutter speed too, so you guys can see that very, very slow shutter speed. For you guys that are, familiar with photography, I drug the shutter just a little bit on that one right there. But I absolutely love that photo. Just tons of color in it. Just had that orange, and just that was a good morning. We actually got a few. I got a shrimp boat coming through the sunrise. I caught the shrimp boat dead in the sun, the sunrise. Just a very, very good time right there, man. And I know you guys are, have been supportive of me, but over the years. But my channel is going to have a lot of photography stuff in it, mixed with treasure hunting too. So, it ain't going to be about subscribers and views and all that. It's going to just be about what I want to do, and basically when I want to do it, and still good quality content. Look at the cameras here. I'm trying to get this live streaming experience set up good for us too. So, but that's what I've been doing, man. I've been away from YouTube for a while. Got a lot done, a lot accomplished on my home. Been spending a lot of time with my family, videoing my granddaughter's ball games, photography, taking photos of the kids, and dude, let me tell you something. Kids love to be photographed. I had them all sliding into the base, taking photos of them, kicking up dirt and all that good stuff, man, and printed them off, and the little kids was tickled to death. And I actually enjoy filming the ball games too. It's pretty fun, man. Let's see, what else have I been doing? Been hanging out with my wife a lot too. We've been doing a lot of things and getting a lot of things accomplished, and just having a great time. And been having, still love to chase artifacts. but I like to take pictures too. And I don't know about the new metal detectors out there, what's going on, because I haven't been keeping up with that. But somebody was talking about an extreme. I have not looked into that one. You guys will have to catch me up to speed and educate me on that, because I've been so tied up with this. I've been, taking in photography, learning focal lengths and this, that, and the other, and how to take portraits of people. I actually did my niece's daughter's kindergarten graduation portraits, and they turned out really good, man. I mean, that's something that I didn't know that I would like doing, is taking photographs, but I really like doing it. It's very, very fun. You guys, let me see right here if I got anybody left in here. Yeah, we're enjoying life, man. We're chilled out, and I just basically wanted to pop in here with you guys and hang out a few minutes and let you know what I've been up to. But basically, that's the stunner to me that I have found since I've been away from YouTube. Like I said, I've got a lot of high quality drink bottles, but that one I'm very proud of. I'm going to get it back on my shelf because I don't want anything to happen to this one, man. I couldn't believe it. Normally, you guys know that when you find something like that and it's halfway submerged, whether you're on land or in the water, you start feeling around it and you get to it and it's normally broke. When something just on that special day pops out whole, yeah, that's a special kind of feeling right there, man. A whole bowl and you're looking at it, yeah, or a whole bottle, it's a very, or a whole arrowhead, whatever you're hunting. But to me, photography and metal detecting, kind of go hand in hand for us guys who like to get out into nature and just basically enjoy nature. And whether you're taking pictures, finding treasure, it's all about getting out and just enjoying it. And it's a peaceful thing when you sit back. And a lot of times I've been guilty over the years of not chilling out enough to enjoy it. Making it too much about the treasure, too much about the metal detector, or, too much about this, that, and the other, when I should have took a deep breath and calmed down a little bit and made it more about being out in nature and the treasure and the friendships and all that, and that all being, and the treasure being secondary and just being a bonus, because it really is just about getting out and getting away from, the pressures of life, all the things that go. You guys know. I mean, we've got so many things nowadays, uncertainties of life that just weigh on us. Whether I don't even watch the news anymore, but if you watch the news, I'm sure you can find some uncertainties and things that upset you really quick. But, just getting out away from all that. I mean, that's what I've been doing, and I can tell you this right here. I'm in a better mental state, and I'm in a better physical state than I've been in a long time. And, I just want to come hang out with you guys, and we'll do this again soon. I'll come hang out with you. It's going to be a lot different than it was, though, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, man, I'm chilling. Hold on with a minute. Let me go back up here. It's nice. Hey, man, what's going on, Mr. Bungle? Yeah, man. Well, I'm gonna start hanging out just a little bit and showing some of the stuff I find, and we'll enjoy finds, and we'll talk a little bit about this, that, and the other, and not just coming out with affordable submergible machines. Now, well, let's talk about that for a minute. I've been using, of course, the Deus too. I do wish Minelab would come out with a machine that had Minelab tones, like even the Excalibur. I love the tones. I would like to have an updated Excalibur with better separation and bone conduction headphones. I would use it if I had that. The Deus is lively. Like if you get underwater and there's a lot of big iron, and then it'll find the stuff, but it is a lively experience on the bottom. More lively than, say, an Excalibur. And where I found all these spoons and these bowls, there's so much iron there, man. So basically, it's a lively experience. But I would like to see a Minelab that, to test out. I bet I'm rocking on this. I bet it's driving you guys crazy. I've got to remember I'm on camera, but I would like to see a Minelab, a new water machine that had some doggone bone conduction headphones, because really the bone conduction headphones, and you know I preached this when it first come out. They're game changing for underwater metal detecting. Let's see what we got here. Mine is coming out. Yeah, I did when I found that bowl, but it wasn't actually a yell. It was like a with a regulator in my mouth, you know. So yeah, that bowl, man, that really got me fired. And I'll tell you something else. These teeth get me fired up. Now, Flagman has a tooth like this, is this size, and it's basically perfect. This one got rolled down through the fossil bed, but his was basically buried in the edge of sand, and when he kicked through there, the tooth rolled out, and you can see all the edging and serrations on his tooth. He's been diving 40 years, and it's the best meg tooth and the biggest that he's ever found. So he's been fired up about that Megalodon tooth. But yeah, you guys, I'm going to kick it out of here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and I'll try maybe in the next few weeks to get a dive video up and show you what I'm doing and what I'm finding, and maybe we'll pop up and do a live, and I'll give you guys an update on what's going on, you know, here in the very near future. And I'm gonna go check out the Extreme and all that good stuff, and that way I can get versed in that and see what's going on with it. But you guys have a great night. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys on the next one.